Alright folks, it's the WC and this is the NBA playoffs on YouTube. Now I have to explain the format of these videos twice, so I'll do it again in another set of videos. Alright, in these videos I'm going to be talking about the players, the overviews of the players, the teams, the star players, the key matchups that I want people to focus in on. Alright, the bench play, and ultimately who wins the series. Okay? So I'm not going to be talking about coaches, intangibles, all that good stuff. I'm just going to talk about strictly players. All right, now that I've gotten that out of the way, this is the series between the Indiana Pacers and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now I know what you're thinking. The Cavaliers look like complete garbage going into the playoffs, and yes, they do. But they shouldn't have any problem with the Indiana Pacers. I mean, yeah, you got Paul George. And I've had my bouts with Paul George. I've said that Paul George was an elite many times. I've kind of went hard on Paul George, and yeah, then he had that knee injury, and I took a step back, fell back, but he's recovered very nicely. He has a good squad around him, but are they realistically great enough to take 4 games away from the Cavaliers? Let's be real. All right, LeBron doesn't necessarily need the top seed in the East in order to reach the finals. I think that we can all agree with that. Kyrie Irving has been nicked up this year. Kevin Love has been nicked up this year, and the Cavaliers bench, just like and I compare them to the Spurs a little bit. Half the guys on their bench could be starters on other squads. And then when you look at Indiana, their bench, I mean, they've got some good pieces, but are you really looking at C.J. Miles and saying, "Oh man, he's going to take over a game," or Big Al Jefferson at this point in his career is going to take over a game? No. Monta Ellis going to take over a game? Maybe he could, but it just kind of seems like Indiana is short-handed, short-gun, and I know that they've taken it to the Cavaliers, just like a lot of teams are taking it to the Cavaliers. So I do expect for this series to be closer than what people think it will be. All right, key matchup that I want everybody to focus on is Jeff Teague versus Kyrie Irving. Now, Kyrie Irving has been known for, at least for this season, to be bad defensively. I mean, everybody from Rubio to Wall has been lighting this guy up. And it's just, you can say that it's attributed to his knee problems that he's had, the knee injury that he had. Maybe that's one of those things. But this is a series in which I'd expect for Jeff Teague to shine. If the Pacers have any type of chance to pull any type of upset, it's going to hinge largely on Teague's shoulders, because we already know what we're going to get from Paul George at this point. But Teague is the X factor for the Pacers, and he needs to perform bigly in this series for the Pacers to have a chance. Like I said, the bench play of the Cavaliers, you got Fry, you got Darren Williams, you got Shumpert, you got old ass Richard Jefferson still dunking on people. I mean, really. So, they are very, very deep, and it seems like they've just kind of been sitting back and resting up for the playoffs. Matchups like Myles Turner versus Tristan Thompson, it's a push. I mean, Myles Turner is a little bit more of an offensive scoring center than Tristan Thompson. I'm not necessarily worried about the pace in this series. I think that the pace will be fairly high. I'd expect for every game to be at least over 100 points. And, the Pacers can take a game or two from the Cavaliers. I wouldn't be surprised here if the Pacers took game 1. Because the Cavaliers have been looking terrible. They really have. But LeBron is not going to let these boys lose this series to the Pacers. I mean, the Pacers are missing maybe 1, maybe 2 players. They're maybe like a player or 2 away. I keep on bringing up Carmelo. All right, this is another place where Carmelo could go during the off season, playing along with Paul George. If he's not going to go to a place like Milwaukee, he can go to Indiana, and that team, if he goes there, will finish in the top 3. He could go to Miami if he needed to, and Miami just missed out on the playoffs. But this is just another spot for Carmelo to go if he decides to go there. But I'm taking the Cavaliers in 6 games. I think that the Cavaliers are focused. I think they're ready for the playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised if they won it in 5. So let me know how you guys feel about the Cavaliers against the Pacers. Do you guys agree with me, disagree with me? Let me know down below. It's the WC. This is the NBA playoffs here on YouTube. And until next time, folks, peace out.